Hello and welcome to the Alienated Dads Network. Hello and welcome to the Alienated Dads Network. I'm Jason, otherwise known as the Apple What's It. Unlike any other family law professional you've ever met, I'm me. No pretenses, no precursors, no makeup, just me. And here's the deal. In the family law world, most solicitors, professionals and anyone you come across cannot be trusted. They're tangled in targets and management pressures. I mean, do you really think that they treat their friends and family the way they treat you or talk to you? Probably not. They're either socially clueless or master manipulators. This includes the solicitors, barristers, and even victim support tied to any government initiatives. So trust no one in family court. Of course, unless they are genuinely themselves with you. Obviously, that's where I come in. Genuinely just me. Not going to be like anyone you've ever met before. And on this channel, I aim to build a community that educates and entertains real talk and real trust, just like thousands already experienced with me, supporting them through the court and beyond. The system often turns us against each other, prolonging anger and hurt. But with over 10 years in court, family court, handling over more than 7,000 cases, directly and over 11,000 indirectly, I've damaged when professionals misuse their power. The family court system is in disarray, lacking skilled professionals where they're needed most, putting the future of our families at risk. Let's make family court a place for resolution and solution. We need to end relationships and fury. We should need not to, but we do for some reason, and that's how we've been brought up. But family court shouldn't keep us there. It shouldn't keep us at that angry. Moving through anger to acceptance is vital for the healing process. Now, I'm not downplaying anything, your pain, your hurt, nothing. But I want to change the system because I know the policies at play, and I know that we can get a better system here. Family court should be, like I say, about common sense and finding solutions with resolution. Currently, it assumes men are default perpetrators, but that's misleading. Every relationship has its challenges, and there's a spectrum of abuse. Recognising this can help the stigma and change. I'm not an extremist. I'm not far left. I'm not in the centre. I'm not a father's rights activist. I'm just honest about calling and unfair practices. With love, respect, and responsibility, we can shift the focus to what truly matters, and that is the well-being of the. Now we've gotten that introduction out of the way. Join me as we navigate this journey. With my experience in family law and psychology, I aim to advocate for a more humane system and thrive and children flourish. Let's do this with love and respect, because once families fall apart, you'll start seeing that in society as well. Now, in this video, we're looking at CAFCAS, the basics, just the basics, top line stuff. CAFCAS stands for the Children and Family Court Advisory Support Service. It's a specialisation in the UK that steps in when parents are with making arrangements for their children after separation. They're going through family court, and the courts will generally order CAFCAS to get involved. The CAFCAS are the eyes and the ears for the courts, basically. Let's put it like that. And they give recommendations to the court as to what should and should not be happening in the lives of in this family. When parents, this is obviously can't agree on what's best for their children, and the judge will clearly have to make the final decision themselves. But the CAFCAS report should, in theory, be making the decisions to help prioritise the child. A big part of CAFCAS's job is to produce what's known as the Section 7 report. This is a detailed document that gives a clearer picture of the family relation, focusing on what arrangements would be best for the child. They will generally be ordered around the time of either after a finding of facts hearing, or it will be done instead of a finding of facts hearing, but it will be done when you're looking at it being established. To create this report, CAFCAS officers will gather information by talking to other and the children, depending on the age of the children and if they understand what's going on, and sometimes other people connected to the children, like teachers or family doctors. They look into factors like the child's feelings and wishes and how capable each parent is of meeting the child's needs, and any harm caused or could be at risk of suffering if with the other parent. For anyone going through this process, aiming for a positive Section 7 assessment is crucial. Now, here's what a few things you can do, influence and have a better, ultimately. Be open and honest. When you meet with CAFCAS, be transparent about your situation. They're not there to judge you as a parent, but to understand your child's needs. Misleading them or hiding significant details can backfire. Always prioritize your child's best interests. Always make it clear that your child's welfare is your top priority. This might be by recognizing that your child has the right to maintain a healthy relationship with both parents. Cooperate with CAFCAS. Engaging positively with CAFCAS is going to be crucial to this. It shows that you're committed to finding the best solution for your child, even under challenging circumstances. And show adaptability, that you're willing to listen to your child's needs and feelings about the situation, and that you're adaptive to their changing needs. Provide a stable environment. Like, illustrate that you can offer a safe and stable and loving environment for the child to fit in. This might include having a consistent routine, safe living conditions, and emotional support. You can also show of parenting capability. So share examples of when you've met the child's needs, include the emotional and educational and physical support from the child. This can also be sharing how you plan to handle future challenges that your child as your child grows and matures. Avoid criticizing the other parent. Now, this is challenging in itself, I'm sure, some people, but speaking negatively about the other parent can impact your case. So focus on what you can offer, control the controllables, and the steps that you're willing to take to facilitate a positive relationship between your child and the other parent. Navigating a assessment. Now, that's going to take a lot of emotional intelligence, patience, and focus on what is really beneficial to your child. Remember, CAFCAS is best interests of the child involved. Your openness to the process, to cooperating, and the focus on child's needs are key to a favourable outcome. Now, I've got some typical questions that you during this assessment, and some favourable answers as well. So some of the possible questions that you could get asked during a Section 7 assessment will be: can you tell me about your relationship with your and reflective? Describe your bond, your routine activities, and how you support their emotional and developmental needs. Highlight their positive interactions and remain positive. Talk about discipline and how you discipline, living situation, and how does it accommodate the needs of a child. The best way to answer this is to detail your living arrangements and how these arrangements are suitable for the child, focusing on stability, safety, and space for the child to grow. How do you communicate with and co-parent with the other parent? Best way to answer that: respectfully about the other parent, focusing, speak about basically be respectful about the other parent, speak respectfully about them, focus on efforts to communicate effectively and decisions made in the child's best interest. Avoid criticising the other parent unnecessarily. Have there been any issues or concerns in terms of the child's welfare in your care or the care of the other parent? Now, the best way to answer this, again, be transparent. If there were issues, explain what they were, how they were addressed, and what measures taken to prevent future concerns from resurfacing. If the issues were in the other parent's care, be factual and avoid sounding accusatory. What is your proposal for the child's living arrangements and contact with the other parent? Best answer: present a plan that prioritises the child's needs, stability, and emotional well-being, showing willingness for reasonable flexibility to facilitate a positive relationship with both parents. Can you describe how you support your child's education, social activities, and interests? The best way to answer this is to give specific examples of how you're involved with and support your child's educational journey and extracurricular activities, highlighting how you urge their interests and social development. How do you discipline your child and deal with challenging behaviour? The best way to answer this is to discuss your approach to discipline in a way that shows an understanding of the age and the appropriate behaviour and the use of positive reinforcement, and setting boundaries in a loving, consistent manner. Have you had any involvement with social services? And if so, can you explain the circumstances? Again, the best way to answer this is to be honest, if applicable, Be open about any involvement and the reasons for it, and the outcome. Emphasize in any positive steps taken from the following involvement. Now, what changes or improvements are you willing to make to enhance your child's welfare and relationship with both parents? The best way to answer this is to show a commitment to doing what is best for the child, including attending parenting courses, communication, and the other parent, or making adjustments to work schedules to spend more quality time with children or child. Now, there's going to be, I don't know if this is going to go over old ground or not, but some basic tips for answering these questions is when interviewed, whether it be for a job interview or whether it be for this sort of thing for Section 7, you need to stay calm and collected. Emotional topics are part of these assessments, and answering thoughtfully and crucial is crucial, more crucial than you can imagine. Be honest. Truthfulness is key. Own your shit. There are challenges, acknowledge them, and discuss how you're addressing them. Focus on the child. Always bring the focus back to the child's well-being and how decisions will benefit them. Avoid negative commentary about the other parent. Focus on your capabilities and the positives of your proposal for the child's care, for the child in your care, and contact arrangements when the child is with you. Answering questions during Section 7 assessment candidly and thoughtfully and demonstrate your commitment to the child's best interests. Remember, the primary aim is to assess the child's welfare and needs, not parent. Hopefully this has helped at least one person. If you need any support or guidance, please feel free to give me a shout. But there's one that you need to remember before you go. And I've just remembered it, and I'll be saying on every video that I do regarding dealing with professionals and dealing with CAFCAS social services. Always record every interaction. If you've recorded, follow it up with an email with a few points as to what was discussed, highlighting what you've discussed and how you've interpreted the conversation and the points that you've taken away from the conversation. But always record the call where possible. Do not tell them you're recording the call, because hopefully you will never have to use it. If they're being fair and equal and treating respect and not lying on their reports or in court, then you will never have to use these recordings. If on the other hand they do end up being a bit smelly like cheese, then you will use the recordings, and I'll tell you exactly how to do that when you need to, when the time comes. Record every interaction. Do not tell them you're recording, but record. And on that note, until the next video, thank you.